One famous NFL player made an appearance at the high school football field. After social media exploded about the celebrity's location, many eager fans hurried to the scene. The story ahead.
Plus, the Board of Selectmen had a full agenda. The new police chief explains how he will handle the overtime budget.
And later, the old Boston Market location will finally be filled with a new restaurant. We have all the details coming up.
Also, our weekly segment, Library Learning. Learn how you can interview with confidence. A career counselor will provide tips, resources, and everything you'll need to know for the job-seeking process.
Those stories and much more ahead on ELCAT News Update. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Green.
And I'm Anthony Federici.
We begin tonight with a story that completely took over the internet. If you haven't heard, the New England Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski made an appearance at East Longmeadow High School last Monday afternoon. Gronkowski was shooting a commercial for Mass Mutual on our very own football field. It wasn't long until news spread over social media and hundreds of people showed up hoping to meet the famous football player. An afternoon we will not forget.
32 names also got a crowd together. Those running for town council awaited their ballot position with family, friends, and other town residents at the town council drawing that was held on May 9th. Town clerk Tom Florence introduced the process and official rules for the ballot drawing procedure.
Thank you very much for coming to our draft lottery for the town election and how your name is going to appear on the ballot. Again, this is all historical things for the town. This is all a different way to go about things. We've never done anything like this before. I was telling the candidates earlier, we have maybe a couple races. We have 3 or 4 candidates tops, and usually election law says you come in first, then you can alphabetize them afterwards. But with 32 people, the way it was written into the charter, Article 7, page 17, said that we have to have a draft lottery, and so here we are.
Lucky number 1, Ronald J. Cutler, will appear first on the town council election ballot. The rest of the names are in order as followed. ELCAT has provided resources where residents can learn more about the candidates before heading to vote. Each candidate had the opportunity to make a video about who they are and why they are running. Those videos are now available on our ELCAT YouTube channel. There will also be a candidates night that will include a meet and greet session and a moderated forum. Candidates night will take place on Thursday, May 19th at the East Longmeadow High School starting at 5:30 p.m.
In more town government news, the Board of Selectmen met on Tuesday, May 10th with a full agenda. 8 high school students were awarded the Republic Services Scholarship after submitting a video about the importance of recycling. The funds of the scholarships were provided by Republic Services, the company that handles the town's trash and recycling.
With our contract with Republic Waste, they are kind enough to donate money every year for various, for us to use for various civic purposes, some of which are we pay for our share of the hazardous waste removal day with that. And we're also happy to be able to present some scholarships with the money, and we've done some other things with the money, but tonight we have our scholarship recipients.
Eric Lesser, a representative from Republic Services, presented the scholarships to the winners. Congratulations to Jenna Mazza, the first place winner who received a $1,000 scholarship. The remaining winners each received a $500 scholarship. They are Jessica Hayward, Lindsay Manning, Caroline O'Connor, Alexis Oliver, Isabella Sears, Matthew Turnberg, and Vanessa Turnberg. Also on the agenda, department updates from Fire Chief Paul Morissette and Police Chief Jeffrey DeLessio.
Captain Dave Villameno has been on as a call firefighter for 35 years. The Massachusetts Fire Service Commission has sent the department a service award in grateful recognition for Dave's 35 years of service. He's a driver of all the trucks. Again, he's senior captain right now on the call department, so he's an intelligent guy. He's been a good asset for the department.
And the last item you have is the ambulance contract, and we know that it expires June 30th, and we're sort of in, I have actually been in, I've had discussions with their liaison to the town, Dennis Murphy, and I explained to him that because of the charter change, we are not, and I verified this, we are not in a position to enter into a new contract of like a 3-year nature. But what he did say was there's a 1-year extension available in this contract that we have, which would get us through the, into the new regime, so to speak.
My suggestion would be, if I didn't know we could do a year, but to go for at least 6 months and let the charter or the town manager, however that's going to work in the future, get involved.
I'm actually more in favor of the 6 month, because that way, and I don't know if they would be, but I don't know what the board thinks. Just extend it for 6 months and then let the new form of government deal with either negotiating or putting it out to bid. Because obviously right now the advantage is we don't pay anything, but if you have issues with response time, I'd rather be paying.
Yeah, as we transition here, and we're transitioning both in the department and with the town government. So we got some lame time here that we're trying to figure out what direction we know what direction we want to go, but how we're going to get there is the issue. The top going across is what we had for fiscal year 2016. You can see we had 25 officers budgeted, and then what we had for actual personnel, which is the current date as of May 1st, is we have 23. So we have 2 openings there.
DeLessio reviewed the necessary steps that need to be taken in order to reduce the police department's overtime budget.
For fiscal year 2017, my understanding is that we have 26 officers budgeted. It's one more than what the previous year that we're in right now. Again, that 26 to the left there, Kev, is what we got budgeted, but we're only going to have
22. I follow. Okay.
All right. So, and therein lies the problem. What you brings us to that storm a little bit about the overtime.
Yep.
And that's, so the problem's really not going to go away right away, but we got to make some steps to make to we can do to control it.
I believe in one of the meetings with appropriations, we were instructed that we could hire up to 3 officers in one form or another, either a lateral move from another police department or through the academy. So, and I'll verify that with appropriations, but I believe that was the last meeting that we had.
We would have that one new guy that was put in there before my entering the picture to bring it up from 25 to 26, and then we do need that additional. On top of that 26, I think is really where you're going to start seeing the numbers reduce in the overtime.
Also at that meeting, we learned about exciting news for the town. The old Boston Market location will soon come back to life. Get ready for salad and sandwiches. Manager of the soon-to-be Greenwich shares what residents can expect.
What we're contemplating doing there is opening up a Highline salad type operation, and we'll also be serving sandwiches. And if you are familiar with the concept called chopped or sweet green, which are in some of the major metro markets, it's that type of an operation. However, I decided that because those operations are in areas of high penetration, density, that I would add a premium sandwich line with a roast beef, pastrami, that type of stuff. And consumers will walk in, get into a queue line, pick the salad bed, and then move on down and pick the ingredients they'd like to place upon it. In addition, we would have the sandwiches that will be available. And we're probably at about 52 seats. I think it'd be a good addition to this area. It'll be the first one of its type in this area. These operations are usually centered in the major metro areas. It's a very dynamic part of the business right now. It's growing very rapidly.
Last week, we covered the latest Board of Public Work meetings where Buildings Facilities Manager Bruce Fenney discussed a bidding process for construction companies to present their cost and construction plans for new playscapes at Meadowbrook and Mountain View schools. Before construction could begin, the school committee needed to approve the plan. Business Manager and Assistant Superintendent Pamela Blair explains.
There were 5 vendors that put forth bids. The lowest responsive and responsible bidder is Play Power Little Tykes.
The town's community preservation funds appropriated $131,000 for this project. The lowest bid went for about $112,000. With almost 20 grand left over, what would the extra money go towards?
We will probably use some of that for just the the other things that come in, some,
Mulching or
exactly, those kind of things. But of course, if there are any funds left over, that would always go back.
Okay.
An old story resurfaces this week. Back in January, we learned that Coughlin's Place was up for sale. A deal has been signed and the restaurant now has a new owner. Anne-Marie Duffy and Dennis Madden opened Coughlin's Place back in 1988. Duffy told ELCAT that they are selling the name, recipes, and everything associated with Coughlin's, and that they want the new owner to maintain the restaurant exactly the way it is. On Monday, May 2nd, papers were signed. Gary Veretti Jr. from Longmeadow is officially the new owner of Coughlin's Place.
Now it's time for our weekly segment, Library Learning, where we let you know what events are coming up at the East Longmeadow Public Library. First up, a movie matinee. The library will be showing the movie Joy, starring Jennifer Lawrence. Joy is a PG-13 rated inspirational film about a self-made millionaire who created her own business empire after struggling many battles through life. The showing takes place on Saturday, May 21st at 1 p.m. in the library community room.
The next event is for those who are in search of a career or a job. This is the last session for the program, Not Your Mother's Job Search. The program teaches how to build a resume, network, and interview. This last session will review various types of interviews, go over questions and answers, and build your confidence. The session takes place on Tuesday, May 24th at 10:30 a.m. in the library community room. In more town events, the senior living community Brookdale is hosting a brain health talk. Learn about Alzheimer's and dementia care from one of Brookdale's keynote speakers, Laura Chagnon, who is also the author of Never Touched a Pen. Chagnon will share her personal story, how she has overcome changes as a quadriplegic and legally blind woman. Brookdale's Brain Health Talks are focused on inspiring those who are struggling with overcoming adversity with Alzheimer's and dementia care. The event takes place on Tuesday, May 24th at 2 p.m. at Brookdale, located on Parker Street. To reserve a spot, call 413-224-2200.
Well, that will do it for us tonight on this edition of ELCAT News Update. Be sure to watch meetings on demand at our ELCAT YouTube channel, ELCAT 01028. Follow us on Facebook and watch us on cable channel 191 and 193.
For cable channel times, make sure to check out our ELCAT program guide, available at the Town Hall, Library, and Senior Center. Also, check your mail as the programs will be delivered monthly within the reminder. Thanks for watching. I'm Rebecca Green.
And I'm Anthony Federici, and until next time, good night.